level 8 room, nicknamed the Death Funnel, gets its name because Link's task at hand is to get from the left side of the room to the stairs while squeezing through this funnel filled with enemies and bubbles, trying to kill Link. The uniqueness of this room is that this is the last room on the world record route that contains a bomb drop. So if the runner is short on bombs before they head to level 9, this is the last room they can do so in. The majority of the time, however, the runner will have enough bombs to continue on, and all we need to do is get through this room as fast as possible. Let's dive in. When taking a quick look at this room, you're going to see that we have a good mixture of 6 enemies in this room and 2 bubbles that we're trying to squeeze through on our way to the stairs. There is a chance that Link can walk straight through this room given some variations of enemy movement, but the majority of the time Link is going to have to make a judgment call right around this square here and then one here right as he approaches the funnel. This is one of those rare rooms that Link can take some damage in here, and it's okay on the run because it's going to actually save you time in that refill compared with Link trying to pick and choose a different spot to get through. As with most rooms in level 8, the longer you're in this room, the worse off it's going to be for you. Besides the straight walk that the room can sometimes give you, let's take a look at the optimal path through that Link is going to be looking for, and the runner should have in their head every time as they start to enter this room. You can see here that on the 5th column, Link is going to have a decision point to make. This is the square that you're going to decide, am I going to go straight? Is the room going to afford me the opportunity to go straight? And if it's not, then what you want to do is actually head south 1 full tile square and begin walking right. The reason you want to go to the full tile is because if you're on the half tile, you've got a chance for enemies to clip you here on both rows, and a lot of times this can be very congested in here as you approach the opening of the funnel here. So what you want to do is Link wants to walk right on the 5th tile, make that judgment read, head south if we need to, and then you're going to walk all the way here to this right tile. This square right here, this tile on the southern part of the funnel is a very important decision point for Link on what he's going to do. Is he going to be able to continue? Is they're going to let him go north and into the stairway, into the bottom of this funnel here? Or is Link going to have to sword through or do any type of combat with the enemies on the square to the north here to let him approach this funnel? In here is a whole lot easier than this square right here. This tile is often a tricky one as far as getting Link through here without taking damage. So as we walk right, come south, and approach this square, what we're going to do is we're going to make a read right here, and it's a judgment call. And are we going to have combat, or are we going to walk through? Let's take a look at a couple examples, and you'll see what I mean. All right, so if we back this up and take a look at this preferred path that we were talking about, you can see that Link, at the very beginning of the room, he's going to walk right and he's going to read this 5th column here, this 5th tile right here. Now, Link has seen that, yes, we can probably walk to the right here, but what is happening is you're just going to have a Gibdo here that's coming left that's going to allow him to push through. If Link decides to walk right, we're either going to have a dark net that's going to come south here and kind of congest this area. We also have 2 bubbles here that are going to make a play towards Link that are going to make that combat a little tricky for him. So the play here is Link is going to come south. He's going to push this Gibdo, and again, you want to be on the full tile here so you can push the Gibdo to the right and get through. So let's advance this. And what we see now is exactly why Link didn't walk straight. We've got a bubble here that's ready to boost Link backwards, and you're going to lose time in the room by taking that straight walk on this occurrence. So this is why Link's going to come south. This Darknet, of course, is not in play, and this one's not in play either. Your read is right here. The first south movement, and then to the right, your read is going to be here. Link's going to be ready now to go ahead and do that sword swing and allow him to use the iframes to get on this tile in the room and then be ready to make the read to the north, this northern tile, and see, okay, am I going to be able to get in here clean? He already knows it looks like he's probably not, so there's going to be a second sword swing involved. And what Link's going to do is he's going to make the stab. We're going to walk through. And then now using those iframes to be able to get through here, you've got to remember that this is the only enemy right now that are in iframes. The enemies above you that are coming south are not. So Link is going to have to decide how he's going to clean this room up. You never want to swing north and try to clean this up. For one, if you have Darknets walking south, all you're doing is you're stabbing into a Darknet and it's not going to work, and that Darknet's going to damage you. So east-west here, those swings are always going to kill this Darknet if the Darknet's walking vertically on this column. So it's very, very important to remember to keep Link east-west until you're ready to make the movement to the north. If you're still doing combat, you want to do it either facing this block or back away. On this occasion, what Link does is Link turns back left, and what it's going to do is we know the hitbox of the sword is going to be able to take out anything above Link. So that's going to put these enemies here into iframes, allowing him to get through. And two, it's going to go ahead and finish off this Gibdo, which might drop a bomb for him. And that's exactly what happens in this scenario, is that he's able to finish off that Gibdo. We do have a bomb drop there. He also killed the Darknet that was above him, and now you see this is a whole lot cleaner for Link to get through. If I back this up again, and we're going to watch this through again without the red optimal path, you're going to see the congestion go from very convoluted here at the top of the funnel to very open after he makes this movement. And you see Link is still east-west. Until you're ready to make that movement into the stairs, you do not want to turn north. You always want that combat to go east-west. So he cleans up by taking the bomb, and he's ready to go. So let's watch that combat one more time. We'll move on to another example. What we're going to see here in example 2 is Link is going to make the same read, same column. He's going to go south. But this time there's going to be no stab through. He's just going to sit here and wait. There's going to be a Darknet that moves south on him. And you're going to see the emphasis that Link has on staying as horizontal as possible while waiting for that Darknet to come south approach him. He's going to swing. The sword is going to, the hitbox on the sword again is going to reach this entire row up here as he swings to the right, and Link's going to be able to move on. So backing this up just to this point again, just to emphasize this, Link was able to stay horizontal here, lets everything kind of happen behind him while he's waiting for this combat. If Link were to turn north and try to challenge his Darknet to get into the stairway, it's not going to work. You're going to not be able to damage a Darknet like we all know from the from face to face. So this Darknet's often going to come south here on this column. So staying east-west, again, on this important tile. We know this is the most important tile in the room for us. So staying east-west on that tile is where we want to be, and then we're ready to move into the stairs. Okay, let's take a look at just the back half of an example to where the funnel gets very convoluted in here. What you're going to see is you're going to see Link is going to make the push on the Gibdo, just like we saw in the very first example. And then what's going to happen is we still got 2 bubbles. We still have Gibdo up here that are going to be in our way. So Link is going to, again, prioritize, because we've got a Darknet in play here, he's going to prioritize the east-west movement. And what he's going to do is he's going to swing, not connect here on any iframes on anything. But as soon as he sees the opportunity to where, okay, now he's going to start making the play for the stairway. He's done with combat as far as killing anything except for anything in his way in this funnel to get to the stairway. A lot of times these Gibdo like to get in here, and what you want to do is you want to make sure before you make this northern movement, you're going to have enough time to move to the right and swing before you get in there. If this Gibdo is coming left right here, then what you're going to want to do is seek out a bubble and use the bubble to get in there. But if he's not, if he's moving to the right, you're able to get up to this tile and push, then what you're going to be able to do is actually get into here. And you see Link actually turn on this half tile here just to make sure he has time to push. That's another technique that you can use. If you don't think you can make it to the full tile, and the Gibdo here, they're not going to be able to go north or south, so they're stuck on this tile. You can stop on the half tile, push, and then finish your movement to the north, and then clean these guys up because you've got nothing behind you really to worry about. So again, we're trying to get to this tile. I mean, there's a consistent theme here. You're trying to make your way to this tile as clean as possible. Once you get to this tile, make a read. If you have things in the funnel, I mean, if they're going to be Gibdo, and this is a very, very important lesson here too. If you're going to be Gibdo in here and only Gibdo, you can always swing right or left. If you're going to have a Darknet in here with you, then your swinging is going to be vertical, and you're going to want to attack the front half of the Darknet as it comes through, because that's going to be able to take him out. But if it's just Gibdo in here, you can always swing horizontal. If you got a Darknet involved too, you want to push, and then as soon as that Darknet approaches you, you're going to have to change that swing to vertical. So we're going to finish this up and get through onto the stairway. All right, so this time let's take a look at a free walk example. A lot of times free walks are going to involve bubbles and bouncing off the bubbles to get into the stairway. You're usually not going to be able to just walk straight to the right. You're going to need to use a bubble and use the iframes from the bubble to finish the movement inside here, and that's exactly what happens. So we're going to take a look at this and just analyze what Link did here to get through this room cleanly. All right, so Link's initial read here is he approached tile 5, which is the one we usually move south on. was that this Gibdo is going to move into his target tile and where he usually turns. If this Gibdo continues left, and this is your read right here on whether or not you can go straight or not. If he continues left, then Link's going to be able to continue going straight. That's exactly what happens here. So as soon as you pass here, this is kind of the point of no return here, is once you pass this 5th tile, you need to continue going right as far as possible and get through here because you no longer want to move south. Once you've passed here, you can see the Gibdo now is going to start moving north. Link's able to get past him. And then what's going to happen here is if we decide to move south, now what we've done is we've created a situation to where we've got 2 bubbles here. We've got a Darknet that may be coming into play, and then we've got 2 Gibdos. So what Link is going to do is Link's going to try to ride out these 2 bubbles and get straight into the stairway through the funnel. So the first bubble is going to unfortunately stay with Link. It's going to push Link backwards. And again, remember from our conversation in the transition room, anytime you hit a bubble and it knocks you 2 steps back, you can go 3 steps forward still in the iframe. So you can get a net positive of 1 full tile. So we can see that here. We're pushed 2 squares back. Link's going to have 1, 2, 3 tiles of the iframes to get back into this. And those iframes are going to wear off right about here. And because they do, and we have a Gibdo here we're not going to be able to get through, and the bubble's on the backside of the Gibdo, Link is going to have to need another bubble ride to get through here. If he stabs, the problem right now is if he stabs this Gibdo and tries to get through, he's going to get knocked back by the bubble, so it's going to be no good. He doesn't want to come down here and wait because now he's wasting time. So Link's going to go backwards. He's going to seek out that bubble again, be able to ride the 2 tiles from the bubble to the right, and it's going to be able to push him through not only this Gibdo, but the second bubble. The bubble is not going to be able to contact him to come back left and push him left because he's got iframes now himself. So that's the way the Link can get through here. So if you've got a bubble Gibdo situation here, you push the Gibdo, the bubble's going to bop you back. That's no good. If the bubble beats the Gibdo and the bubble's ahead of the Gibdo here to the left, you can't stab through a bubble, so that bubble's just going to push you back anyway. There's nothing you can do except for seek out the bubble or wait down here. If you've got a bubble over here to the left, utilize it, bounce off the bubble, and get through the stairway. So that's how you can ride both bubbles in through here, and again, Link didn't take any damage. So we discussed at the top of this video that sometimes you'll approach this room with very few bombs, and this is the last room in the game before level 9 that's going to have a bomb drop that's going to be available for Link on the world record route. So if you need to farm anywhere in level 8, this is the room to do it. Now, what we need to do is accomplish that goal as quickly as possible. If you clear out this entire room, it's going to drop you a bomb pack. But there's a smart way to do this and a not so smart way to do this. If we take a look at the 6 enemies inside the room, 5 of them are bomb droppers. So unless you know your global drop, and you know the next drop right now off your globals is not going to be a bomb, you want to leave the blue darknet for last. What we want to do is we want to prioritize these, and we want to order our kills from the easiest bomb droppers to kill, which are the 2 orange darknets. And then next we want to take out the Gibdos, and then last you want to take the blue darknet out, unless on your way through here an enemy just happens to be right in front of you, or the blue darknet gets in the way, gets in the mix. The reason being is that if you were to happen to get your global bomb drop on either the first 2 orange darknets or the Gibdo, then you can get out of there without having to clear the entire room. So you want to clear from the easiest 2. I mean, there's 2 sword swings right here, and we can pop off these 2 and see if we can get a global right there, and you don't have to clear the entire room out. So it's always from easiest to most difficult. So let's take a look at an example of prioritizing this. Backing that up, you may say, you know, Redbird, he didn't do that. He didn't go in the order that you just talked about. Actually, he did. Let me show you kind of the thinking on why he cleared that room the way he did. So the very first thing he did was he cleared this orange darknet. It's the easiest one. It's isolated. It's on your natural movement that you're going to do anyway, so it doesn't take you too many tiles to go down here and clear it. So what he's going to do is he's going to walk and see the movement of this orange darknet. He's going to read this guy. He's going to clear it first and hope that there's a bomb drop. If there's a bomb drop, great. We're good. We're gravy. We're out of here. If not, then what he's going to do is he's going to turn his attention to the next quickest enemy that he can kill. So he's going to clear out this orange darknet. And then what Link is looking at right now is, okay, the next easiest to kill would be the orange darknet here, but I got 2 bubbles in my way. I do have 2 Gibdo that's by the stairs to where if they were to drop a bomb, I can get out of the room very quickly. They're right here. They're isolated now. It's the next easiest part of the room. Is going to be away from the bubbles. He doesn't want to put himself in the corner with the blue dark net, because if he does, he takes the danger of these two bubbles kind of surrounding him with a non-bomb dropping enemy that's not going to help him accomplish his task anyway. So what Link does is he pivots up here towards the stairs, and if he happens to be able to clear out these two and get out the stairs, he's good to go. And then he's going to try to make his way back to this orange darknet. So we're kind of seeing the sequence and the order of operations and why this runner is clearing this out in the way he does. So again, if he's able to get this kill right here, and there's a bomb dropper, boom, he's right by the stairs. There's no more enemies in the way, no bubbles. He's good to go. All right, so after clearing those Gibdo, unfortunately, there's no bomb drop still. We still have 3 enemies, and the easiest enemy is, unfortunately, in the southwest here near the bubbles. So what's he going to do? He's going to clear these out in order from closest to Link to furthest from him. And we know the bomb's going to drop in the middle of the room, so you kind of want to finish up near the middle anyway. But he's not going to avoid this blue darknet like we talked about, just because this blue darknet happens upon his path. So we've seen the finish of this room, but that's kind of his thinking on how you do this. You start with the easiest, which is the orange darknet here. We saw 2 Gibdo up here away from the bubbles, so we went ahead and went after that. Then we clean up the room from order of closest to Link to last. So just because you have to clear this room doesn't mean you can't clear it smartly. So think about those things the next time you need a bomb drop in this room. Definitely use this room. This is the one you want to be attacking, but there's an order, there's a sequence of events that should be happening in your head as you clear this room. So that's the death funnel. You can tell that there's a lot going on inside this room, and what should be right around a 6-second room for you. If you can get through here, make the read here at the 5th column, and if you're going to go straight or south, and then make the read right here, which is the absolute most important tile in the entire room. If you can make this read properly, and you can do the combat again horizontally if you can, and get to the stairs, you want to do this right around 6 seconds. These are the things to look for. Don't walk through here blindly anymore. This is the path you should be on. And again, follow this, make the decision right at the square, and this is going to get you through the death funnel without dying. Good luck, everyone.